Chelsea players have returned for pre-season in there for you. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? Smash the like button, comment and share. And if at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to our channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. As they really welcome players back to the training ground, which is known as Cobham, there is a problem that Chelsea is really facing. Chelsea has lost Christensen, they've lost Rudiger, they've lost Lukaku, and they are going to lose a player who goes by the names of Jorginho, N'Golo Kante, and another one who goes by the names of Azpilicueta, because Azpilicueta wants to go to Barcelona. N'Golo Kante and Jorginho feel like that the manager Thomas Tuchel is not in love with them in there for you. So smash the like button, comment and share. And if at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to go into the lower right bottom corner, smash the subscription button. After smashing it, hit the notification bell that will enable you get notified each and every time I upload a video onto this channel in there for you. Now today, Chelsea players returned on training and we had a couple of them in there for you, and I'm really going to show you some footage through the gallery that I've gotten from the website of Chelsea, such that you, the viewers of Rokani Media Football, really get to know of how everything went down there at Cobham in there for you. But Chelsea are in the market. They wanted Rafinha snubbed them. They wanted Richarlison snubbed them and he went to Spurs. They wanted Gabriel Jesus. Gabriel Jesus said, no, I'm going to Arsenal in there for you. Now they are into for Matthias De Ligt, Nathan Ake, Jules Koundé, who is lookingly to be going to a side which goes by the names of Barcelona, and I really believe that it's a blessing in disguise for them because he's too short and I don't really trust his aerial prowess, especially when those balls will be crossed into the centre back or the defense of Chelsea. I don't know whether he can really jump high enough to really intersect those crosses that the opponents are really going to be bringing them in, because we know the Premier League is so much reliant on crosses from teams, especially these lower bottom teams. You know how they play their game. They are so much into those crosses in there for you. So they are really so much in the market. Maybe Declan Rice will come in. Neymar is linked to them. And even today, Ronaldo has been linked to Chelsea because Ronaldo has really come out and told United, I really want to go and leave United in there for you because you're not in the Champions League. That's the main reason as to why he really wants to leave. And they say that he really sees himself 4 years still active in the game of football. That means he plans to retire at 41. That is Ronaldo in there for you. So let's go straight into these photos that the website of Chelsea is providing to us that really saw these players in there train at the side which was by the names of Chelsea. That is Chilwell in there for you, smiling. You know, he's one of those Chelsea players that has been injured for so long, and he really got back and he never played a game when he came back. Now he's planning to really get back to full fitness to go on and really challenge or go in and really get back his left back position at a side which goes by the names of Chelsea. That's a player who goes by the names of Chilwell. Let's get to another player of Chelsea as it really goes. All right, as you see them there, Hakim Ziyech, Callum Hudson, as the players stretch out in there for you. So these players were stretching out and they were laughing in there for you. You know, the criteria is like this. The players first go to the gym. When they go to the gym, after they go to the gym, they really get back to the field of play. That's where they start running in there for you. But every day they have to first go for a gym session, I think for like 1 or 2 hours. Then after they go on the field of play, then they really last like 2-3 hours, and then they go in for the evening session. Those are players of Chelsea. But in the photos, that was Hakim Ziyech and the player who goes by the names of Callum Hudson. They are stretching and they were laughing in there for you. This one is Trev loosening up after a few weeks off in there for you. I think he's really one of those young upcoming talents from the academy of Chelsea. This is Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Kepa, and that is Kepa as a Balaga striking a pose. You know, Ruben Loftus-Cheek has been linked to a move away from a side which goes by names of Chelsea. I don't know whether you guys know it. I really read a story that has agreed personal terms with a certain team in the Premier League, but he really looks like he's one of the darlings of Thomas Tuchel, and I was so much shocked to see that that story really came out in the news that he's really looked as one of those players that Thomas Tuchel wants to displace or to dislodge off a side which goes by the names of Chelsea. I was so much shocked in that from you, but all in all, I want to tell you that Ruben Loftus-Cheek is really doing well at Chelsea, and I was stretching out with a player who goes by the names of Kepa as a Balaga in there for you, who is the second choice goalkeeper of Chelsea, because Mendy is really one of those that is really leading the race. Now, you see, those two, that is plenty to be happy about for these two after frustrating 2021-2022. One of the players I notice is Ben White. Ben White was so much in these photos and footage that the website of Chelsea put out. I don't know why in there for you. So there is one on Twitter. They were really back in there for you. And as you see them, that is a footage that is on Twitter in there for you. And those were the players. As you see them, I think you can as well see them shaking hands in there for you, stretching a little bit. That is Malanga Sarr, you know him very well. So those are Chelsea players really working out something in the gym. Ruben Loftus-Cheek stretching in out to see to it that he really meets the standards of what that is ZH. They're taking a photo before they really left for the green grass in there. Those are Chelsea players in there for you. Now, when they left for the green grass, you see them after stretching, they really had to come in here and really do a run in there that was described that then it was time to head outside and stretch the legs because they were inside the gym. When you look at the Chelsea players, most of them have not yet returned. Eduardo Mendy has been on international break, and I think they're returning on Monday. Azpilicueta, Thiago Silva, there is another player. I think Trevor Chalobah is there. Chalobah is there. Which other player is Jorginho, N'Golo Kante, Christian Pulisic. There is another player that I forget his name. Timo Werner, Kai Havertz. So lots of Chelsea players are not yet back. That's why you see them that they are limited in number, and most of those covering the ground are the academy players in there for you. And that is Hudson-Odoi trying to do the needful and really get to what we call back to his fitness. One of those players I really trust a lot, and I really like his talent, but he is really going through hell at Chelsea. This is a man who goes by names of Malanga Sarr, the central defender of Chelsea, who really is left-footed, and wait and see in there for Malanga Sarr will be looking to build a promising first season in the Chelsea squad, because the other one just came in to do the needful. This is Timo Ajorin, finished last session at Huddersfield and will be joining to impress in pre-season. This one was at Huddersfield at the pre-season. Now he returns in at the side which goes by the names of Chelsea. This is Ross Barkley. And I'm asking myself, what is Ross Barkley doing at Chelsea? If I was Ross Barkley, I would have humbly gotten myself a move from Chelsea, because you are not going to get first team football. I think it's better for him to really get a team that is really going to see him play a lot. Before he really came back at Chelsea, he was on Aston Villa and performed very well. And I'm asking myself, why did they see him get outside of Aston Villa? They would have left him that side. Hakimi Ziyech is rumored to be really not wanted at the side which goes by the names of Chelsea, and they are saying that he really needs to find his move away to AC Milan. And it's said Chelsea and AC Milan are holding negotiations to see to it that Hakimi Ziyech really leaves the side which goes by the names of Chelsea. Some of the players that I really believe have been underutilized by the manager of Chelsea in there for you. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, there you go. That is Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Ben Chilwell. You get that? Those are the players of Chelsea and how they really returned in style in there for you here onto this channel, which goes by the names of Rokani Media Football. So those are some of the players of Chelsea we've seen and how they returned and started training at the Chelsea, which goes by the names of Cobham. That's where Chelsea really trains from. But we've seen many of them, and we had quotes from a man who goes by the names of Hudson-Odoi, one of my favorites, and I said, why don't I really come in here and really bring them to you? Because he really had to hint on certain aspects that I really believe are so much crucial in there for you. When he was really carrying out an interview with the Chelsea media television, This is what he said on his preseason return. It's been frustrating to be out and watching everyone train, play games and enjoy themselves, so I'm delighted to be back, because he really had lots of injuries, but he is back now to get himself back to the levels he's supposed to be on in there for you. Carlson Odoi, one of the players I really rate highly, but he has not yet really hit the ground running in there for you. Carlson Odoi of off-season work. For myself, I wanted to push myself to the max every time, whether it's on the pitch or off the pitch, trying to give my max in there for you. So he's ready to come in back and really do the needful. You need to say that for myself. I wanted to push myself for my max, blah 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 blah. So that's what he had to say in there for you about him being at the side which goes by the names of Chelsea in there for you. So that is Carlson Odoi in there for you. But remember, Chelsea are really preparing for their pre-season, and on the 17th of July they are going to be in America. They are going to be playing a side which goes by the names of Club America. That is on the 17th of July. It's going to be a Sunday. Then on 21st July they are going to play a game which goes by a team which goes by the names of Charlotte. That is in America. 21st July. That is it. And then their last game is going to be against Arsenal on the 23rd of July. They are going to be playing the Florida final in America, and it's going to be against Arsenal on the 23rd of July. Big one to trust their new signings. When you look at Chelsea, they have £200 million to spend. I know they'll bring in Matthias de Ligt, they'll bring in a Declan Rice, they'll bring in Nathan Ake. They'll bring a player who goes by the names of Neymar. I think Neymar will cross to Chelsea. And who else? I think Chelsea are really going to sign in close to 5 or 6 players. Even Ronaldo is rumored to be going to a side which goes by names of Chelsea. And it's possible. It's possible because by the time his agent met Tony Bowley and offered him to Inter Milan, offered him to Napoli, offered him to a side which goes by the names of Bayern Munich, that we rejected him, then they might have gotten a team where this lad is going, because the other time it was his agent offering him. This time it's mainstream media, Fabrizio Romano confirming, then David Austin confirming. The story was broken by Duncan Castles that this player is going to leave a side which goes by the names of Manchester United because they're not in the Champions League and they've not done enough to prove to him that they are really going to improve and do better. That is a side which goes by the names of Chelsea. Sorry, Manchester United. So Ronaldo, you might find him at Chelsea there for you the next season. You might find him there. So Chelsea are going to bring in close to 6 or 7 signings, and let's wait and see who they are going to be. But as we speak now, they are working so much on the outgoings. The ingoings are snubbing them, but wait and see whether they're really going to get it more and more and more, because Rafinha snubbed Chelsea, Gabriel Jesus snubbed Chelsea, Richarlison snubbed Chelsea. Let's wait and see whether they can bring in Ousmane Dembele, they can bring in Matthias de Ligt, they can bring in Nathan Ake. Jules Koundé looks like he's going to Barcelona. Everything is done and dusted in there for you, according to me. Everything looks like it's done and dusted for a side which goes by the names of Chelsea, and that is not coming in there for you. And for Jules Koundé, the president of Barcelona had something to say about Jules Koundé. You know, Jules Koundé has been so much linked to a side which goes by names of Chelsea, and the president of Barcelona, Joan Laporte, today really had to say in there for you a lot of things, because I'm bringing this story in this Chelsea feed because this news belongs to Chelsea in there for you, because the two defenders he has really talked about, Khalid Koulibaly and Jules Koundé, are both linked to big money moves to Chelsea. Then the backup, President Laporte, has come out and said, Koundé, go see Matteo Alemany when we activate the lever. We will work at a top level. Koulibaly said, I don't talk about other players. Our advantage is that many players want to come here. He added, that is the president of Barcelona, who goes by names of Joan Laporte in there for you. So that's what they really had to say about those defenders. So Chelsea is not yet into a situation that will make every of its fan laugh. It's not really good, but wait and see. The good thing is that they are negotiating the Raheem Sterling deal. That one, it's 100% going to be done, because we've even heard that Raheem Sterling is selling his house and he is ready to go to London. So that means that deal is going to be done. But Chelsea is negotiating 2 deals at Man City. They want to bring in 2 players, Nathan Ake and a player who goes by the names of Raheem Sterling. So we wait and see whether they can really get that money and really get in those kinds of players. But Chelsea really had a very bad season, according to me, because according to the squad they had, there is a time they really slept off. They could have given Liverpool and Man City a run for the trophy, but the system of the manager doesn't favor most of the players. It doesn't fit most of the players. That's why I've just read a story that Chelsea are really going to go in for players that Thomas Tuchel likes, not players that the new president, Tony Boyle, likes. That's what I've read, and I think that is really a very good signal. So we expect to see a more lively Chelsea side. There is even Kimpembe. Kimpembe was one of the central defenders of PSG that Thomas Tuchel used to use a lot in his starting 11 at PSG, and PSG have put him up for sale. And we look at what is happening at Chelsea, I know Thomas Tuchel will want to reunite with those players at PSG, that is Neymar and a player who goes by the names of Kimpembe. So we wait and see what is really going to come in there from you. Lots of stories of Chelsea, but all I can tell you is that the transfer is heating up. The transfer is heating up like no other. Players are really returning on training, and on the 5th, most of them are really going to be, I think, fourth. All of the players are supposed to be reporting at Chelsea. Thiago Silva, Benjamin Mendy. There is a player who goes by the names of Jorginho, N'Golo Kante, Kovacic, Marcus Alonso. I know he's returning, but he really wants a move away. He wants to go to Barcelona. That's another player I'm really talking about of Chelsea. So Chelsea looks like they're really going to be having a very big number of players really leaving. I'd even forgotten Marcus Alonso. Marcus Alonso really wants a move away from Chelsea. But there is a player that is returning at Chelsea, and I don't know whether it's really going to be given enough playing time. That is Conor Gallagher. Conor Gallagher really had a very good season at a side which goes by names of Crystal Palace, and he is one of those that people really believe he should be given a chance at a side which goes by names of Chelsea. But I don't know whether the manager is really willing to go in and really offer him first team football at Chelsea, because he's going to be so much on pressure. And I tell you that Thomas Tuchel might be sacked because this new president needs results. He was told by the Premier League that for the next 10 years, you are not supposed to get out dividends from Chelsea. You're just going to inject money in this project. So if he injects money like he's going to do, he's putting in £200 million, and they are not really winning, then it's going to be a different case of football altogether. He wants to win. Remember, when Abramovich came in at Chelsea, he was so much happy to pull the trigger. The same applies to this man. It takes you to be the football management for 10 years plus to know that sometimes you don't need to sack a manager always. However much Abramovich has sacked very many managers, but nowadays he really looks into the circumstances and really thinks twice. But by the time he came in, remember, Ranieri was sacked immediately. He brought in Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho was sacked, I think, in 2007. You get 2007, 2008. That when he was sacked, and Avram Grant took over, and then United beat them in the Champions League finale. Can you imagine? Mourinho had everything, but he had never really put Chelsea into the Champions League finale. The only closest he really got was when he played a semi-final with Liverpool in 2005, and Garcia went ahead to score that goal. I remember that goal that never crossed the line and really went to celebrate. And if a VAR was around goal line technology, that goal wouldn't have been counted by then. So Liverpool went ahead to win that Champions League, and Chelsea really remember it like yesterday. When we look at Conor Gallagher, he played 34 games for a side which goes by names of Crystal Palace. 8 goals and 3 assists. That means he was involved in 11 goals. He got 10 yellow cards. That means that led him to miss 2 games in the FA, because when you accumulate 5 Premier League yellow cards, you miss 1 game in there for you. So Conor Gallagher is one of those that I'm waiting to see whether he's really going to be given a chance at Chelsea, and which other player on Chelsea was at loan and was doing well other than Conor Gallagher. The rest, I think I've not been impressive enough, but Conor Gallagher has really made a statement, and I think he's really giving Thomas Tuchel sleepless nights. But let's wait and see. Is Todd Bowley not going to be so much happy to pull the trigger? Because if he's trigger happy, trust me, he will always go on and really sack Thomas Tuchel. Thomas Tuchel is really having his first season at Chelsea while buying or having players he really wants to come and fit in his system. These players has been using were brought in by Frank Lampard in there for you. So we wait and see what really happens in there for you. Expect the next story on Monday on Chelsea when all their players return to full training. I'll be in here bringing you all what is happening at Cobham in there for you. Feel free to go into the comment section and tell me what you think about the return of some Chelsea players, though others have not returned. But let me know when you really want to know about anything in here in the comment section below. Ask me any questions. I'll come in and reply. I try my level best to reply every comment into this video, but onto this YouTube channel. But you know, there are very many comments, and sometimes I miss out. If at all I miss out on your comment when you're asking me something, then please bear with my apologies, because it's not easy in there to reply close to 1,000 comments in there for you. Smash the like button. I sign out for now. See you later. Tomorrow morning, lots of stories are really coming up, and we are really going to let the ball rolling immediately. I'm out.